Okay, so Isaac, if this is so important, why it has not been mainstream for such a long time? I mean, what would be the reasons?
So there are two, three driving reasons to it. One is the skill set level itself. In fact, one is that this has to be, in a setting today, there are about 9 psychologists available for every 100,000 people in India. The density of psychologists itself is less. Typically, this field leans more neuro. So the specific skill set required is neuropsychologists, which is very, very few. Neurologists and geriatric medicine specialists also can register this test, but what happens is that they will always be occupied, unfortunately, with higher order problems, right? A memory forgetfulness issue is not as serious as, let's say, a brain hemorrhage, which is happening on a patient nearby. So it's a mix of, the lack of skill set like in the country. And that's precisely what our solution also tends to avoid. Our solution is non-invasive. It's a screening and, it can be administered on your own and you can just check for yourself if there are any early risks. So that's number one. Number two reason, Dr. Mishra, that we believe is happening in India is that India's demographic age is actually about 28. And if you look at the kind of digital solutions that have been built in the last decade, right? Everything has been built for, the 25 to 45 age group. Whereas if you look at, let's say, solutions in Japan, which is a demographically advanced stage, there are companies which are working on companionship robots for, older people, etc. So the thinking there is completely different, driven by the main sort of demographic segment, which is spending on products and services. So those are the couple of reasons that have, probably meant that India is not, really at the curve. The third reason, just from a systemic point of view, is that as a population, we are very reactionary. We focus on curative health. Our solution or solutions like Ivory, whether they are in the gut health space, whether they're in the breast cancer screening space or any of these, right? These are all solutions that are coming in the preventive health. It is growing really quickly. But today, I would say 80 to 85% of, consumer spends are happening on the curative side across multiple reports. Preventive health is growing very fast, but it's growing off a small base. So I think those three reasons I could add.